Hi, Buck.
It's that guy, Buckminst. Hey, Buck. Hey, everyone watching. It's a me, Rockman.
It's a not me, Rockman. Some reason that sounded sarcastic, and I don't know why. See, that was the doo-doo-doos I was trying to remember, and I couldn't remember the doo-doo-doos.
Well, now you know the doo-doo-doos. And the doo-doo.
I don't want to know about the doo-doo. Yoshi excrement.
I don't know what's better or worse, Yoshi excrement or Yoshi puking up juices.
How about Yoshi dying if it touches water?
How about Yoshi dying in a fire when I jump off of him and sacrifice him to the Mario gods? So if I could beat this game as fast as Cobra, we'd still probably miss the beginning of the stream.
You do know what he's playing, right?
Yeah. So, Buck, before you disappear into the darkness of Lurkerville, I'm assuming that you've been very busy and you'll never finish the other M thing pretty soon. I told Doom we probably...
Did you say you'll never finish that pretty soon?
Yeah. Before the trip. Which I was like, Doom, I don't think we're going to get that other M thing done before my trip. And he was like, I will wait as long as it takes.
Well, he has no choice waiting as long as it takes.
Well, he said something along the lines of, you know, he's fine with waiting. Maybe it'll be Doom's Christmas present this year. Okay. Well, I guess I don't need to ask what your plan is, because clearly it's... But yeah, there's only a few days left until my trip, so I'm kind of focused on that. I didn't bring very much stuff down to the basement, but I will have time tomorrow and Wednesday, especially since we're not streaming on Wednesday, and apparently we're not streaming on Tuesday either.
Unless I do a super late stream. I will probably not be streaming on Tuesday.
I talked to Ratmus, and he's still down for starting Resident Evil 0 on Thursday afternoon. And I'm getting ready for the movie night. I got Temple of Doom. I don't know if you read The Lighthouse, Buck, but Temple of Doom movie night is going to be Wednesday. 2 weeks later, Last Crusade.
Wait, what? Do you have that ready, or am I supposed to get it ready?
I have them ready, but not uploaded to Google Drive.
Okay.
first one tonight. Or tomorrow morning, or early tomorrow. I have my PS4 all updated and ready and hooked up in case the thing that we want to have happen tonight happens.
You move with too much confidence in this game. And purpose.
Do I move with confidence and purpose in real life?
Sometimes. Depends if there's food on the other end of your walk.
Ah, you know me so well. Jesus. Normally I would sit here and get all these one-ups from these Koopas, but now I'm trying to go fast and I almost killed myself there. Killed him. About when did you leave the barbecue last night? Like how far into their pumpkins were they?
Halfway or a little over, maybe?
What the? Oh, because I left the Yoshi alive at the start. That Yoshi became a one-up. Well, I guess I'm going this way. But yeah, Steffi eventually made hers in the shape of Jason's mask and painted it like the 8-bit Jason, which you probably saw on Twitter, which looked really nice.
Mm-hmm.
DK's looked very scary when they turned the lights off. again,
I'm trying to remember what game the Wii U had out, like, early in its
launch time.
Yeah.
Maybe Buck knows.
Because didn't the Switch just go on sale this spring? I want to say, or was it? Wait, or has it been out longer? Was it out last? Okay, late March. All right. So it hasn't yet gone through its first holiday season, and it already has 2 major big games on it. The Mario Odyssey and Zelda. So I'm not surprised. I can't remember if the Wii U had any games to that size so early in its. And as far as like what specific Wii U Zelda games, there's only Zelda that the Hyrule Warriors, right, is the only Zelda game that is purely Wii U, right? And even that, I mean, I don't particularly want to play that one, so.
Yeah, but I mean, even though I hate Wind Waker HD and I'm kind of
that's why I was saying purely.
Yeah, but
because Breath of the Wild is Switch and the Wii U.
Right, but yeah, I mean, just because those aren't console exclusives for the Wii U, I think they were still probably. I mean, they should have been big sellers. You would think, because a lot of people who had the Wii U did like Wind Waker HD, blah, and Twilight Princess HD. But yeah, I know they weren't exclusives or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't.
And Breath of the Wild, maybe.
Other than, let's see, we have a couple Mario games, which still, like, as much as other people liked 3D World, it's still, like, it was not a Mario game like 64. It was not a Mario adventure game. It was a Mario platformer. And then, like, Hyrule Warriors wasn't that big of a Zelda game because, again, it wasn't a classic Zelda. Yeah, Smash, Mario Kart 8. Okay, yeah, and Splatoon. And I forget Splatoon because I don't play it. Hey Ratmus. Did I say Hey Ratmus? And so the only other, like, only Wii U game that probably was one of their bigger sellers was Mario Maker, which is now on the 3DS, but it's a smaller platform on the 3DS, I think.
It's a completely nerfed version.
Yeah.
I just, like, I mean, what we're all discussing here is that, yes, the Switch seems to have much
exactly
better...
It was very late, which was unfortunate.
The Switch seems to be doing much better in terms of game releases than the Wii U
yes.
did, and that's fact and can be seen. I still don't understand personally. I think that the Switch, like the Wii U, they're both underpowered consoles with gimmicky controllers that will have no third-party support, and I don't see why most people criticize the Wii U for that and yet support the Switch.
I have less opinions on controllers because I'm used to controller. Or rather,
like,
it's like I think
any
all
big
controllers
name
suck to a certain degree. So
because still, even with the popularity of the Switch, when some like big name title that I obviously don't care about, like I'm seeing all these game commercials like Assassin's Creed Origins. All those games, they come out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. They'll never come out on Switch for the same reason as they never came out on the Wii U, because it's a completely different console and it's underpowered, and the game companies can port it between those three systems, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, because they're so similar.
Well, see,
and because
my thing
Nintendo
for
is so
that
dissimilar,
is,
it's not going to happen.
But yeah, but like, I don't think Nintendo wants their brand to be with games like that.
Well, then
like
how
now
can
they're gonna have Skyrim, I know, which is really weird. But
know,
overall, Nintendo does
but
not really do some of those hardcore games.
Well, then they can't. But they say they want third-party support though, and they're not going to get it.
No, but and it's kind of like, and I don't see. And what is Nintendo's? Okay, but could Nintendo ever support something like the multiplayer that's needed for like Destiny or any of those other large multiplayer games?
No, because again, as we all know, Nintendo is stupid about their online service.
Well, it's like Nintendo wants like people to be in the same room when they play games.
Well, then I don't know why the Switch is popular then, because those other consoles are popular for those reasons.
Well,
because they have support of online behind them and so many players.
Yes, but I mean, I think you also have to look at the market they're going for.
Well,
because Nintendo
going for that market didn't work for them on the Wii U, though.
Older generations.
I don't understand. Like, I know that's the market. Like, they started going for that market with the Wii, and it worked with the Wii. And then they continued to go with that market for the Wii U, and it didn't work. And everyone, like, in the industry and fans are said these criticisms about the Wii U. Like, I just don't see why they're not criticizing the Switch the way they criticize the Wii U. I don't understand. Because there was a lot of criticism. Have you actually played on one yet? On a Switch? No.
So play on one and then see what you think. Like, actually touch one. Because I haven't actually touched one or played with one, so I think it's kind of hard to give so much criticism when we actually haven't, like, touched one.
Sexually.
You want to touch it sexually? And see, for me, if I was going to get a Switch, I would rather have one of the later model ones, because maybe they'll fix the underpowered part.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Better hardware.
We're talking about Super Mario World again for 1 second. I was pointing this out to, I think, Doom and Cobra the other day, and they didn't know about this. But the bonus stars that you get at the end of the course, right now I have 0. And as you can see, the clock timer is coming up on 200. So if the last 2 digits of the time when I end the level are 00, and it's the tens column of my bonus stars, which is 00, I'll get a 1-up if I exit the level on 00. Actually, I got 2 1-ups there because the first one was from getting my 100th coin. Actually, the second one was from the timer that I was pointing out. Profile. What do you mean by that, Buck? You mean
the size.
the console size? Yeah. Well, so is the SNES Classic that I'm playing on. But yeah,
What? No, the SNES Classic is way different.
I know it's different, but it's
actually my mom did it pretty well.
It
She was kind of like, so it's the size of a Game Boy, and I was like, yes. It's a console that used to be huge, and now it's the size of a Game Boy. Exactly, Mom. And she's like, all right.
I mean,
I was like, it's kind of true.
You guys know that the only reason I bought the Xbox One was to continue getting achievements, and the only reason I bought the PS4 was to play Friday the 13th with the barbecue, and I have no reason or desire to get a Switch at this point, or probably ever, because I'm not interested in new video games for the sake of being interested. Like I said,
Hey guys, if I ever get a Switch and I get Mario Odyssey, Rockman is going to play it with me. Because there's going to be certain parts where I'm going to be like, I can't do this. Please do this, Mr. Magic Platformer Man.
You're talking about us in the future playing Mario Odyssey and probably Breath of the Wild together as a couple thing, but I'm not promising that we're ever going to stream that. That's going to be a personal, private thing. That's,
I did not say anything about streaming.
Just like...
Now everyone's like, but we want to know your personal, private lives. Rah, rah, rah.
But yeah, it's like, even if Super Mario Odyssey...
People will pay to watch our private lives.
Well, you can sub for $9.99 and get an emote of my face.
That's totally what his face does look like.
Yeah, it's like, even if Mario Odyssey is a good game, which it probably is, I just have no interest in learning how to play it. I'm done. I don't want to play new games.
I'm gonna change your mind, because I'm evil like that. But no, I'll be looking more into the Switch when the next Pokemon game is announced. For obvious reasons, I really like Pokemon.
But yeah,
and now I know there are other games on the Switch that I will also happily play, so it's more worth it. Because I don't get a lot of games. I get a few games and then keep them forever.
Again, it's not that I'm...
Unlike you, who needs to get rid of, like, a shit ton.
Yeah. It's not that I want to say that the Switch is...
Ooh! He said yeah, which was a positive, so he agreed with me.
No.
Yes.
I just want to be clear that I don't... Like, I'm not saying, oh, I hate the Switch, I don't like it, because, as you said, I've never played it, I don't know. I'm just more upset about the fan reaction across, the fan base of mostly disliking the Wii U and mostly, like, blindly loving the Switch before the Switch even came out, even. For what I see is, like, two extremely similar consoles. And everything that the fans, and to a somewhat extent myself, criticized about the Wii U, they don't seem to criticize about the Switch. That's what I don't get. Like, it's great and all that.
That's why I'm saying you need to touch and play one.
No, I don't.
Yes! It's like, you're like, I don't understand why people aren't criticizing this, and I'm like, then touch it and play it.
I don't need to touch it and play it to know that it's going to have no third-party support and no internet support. And that it has gimmicky controllers that I haven't touched.
You should touch it intimately.
Sexually, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think he's meaning, meaning like what you can do with games, like say,
Like what?
Friday the 13th. Some of those like console-based MMOs.
Buck, you yourself was saying that Nintendo doesn't know what to do with the internet. And yeah, we're talking about like having games that have like a massive multiplayer experience, like Friday the 13th, or games that are or
Destiny, Overwatch,
the stuff that like
the stuff that I don't want to play, but I know are big hits.
Those aren't going to really be on Nintendo consoles if they don't know how to use the internet properly, right? I mean, maybe some of them will, but not to an extent. Right?
Well,
they're not MMOs. It's
for Friday the 13th. It's only
Friday the 13th.
Internet, though.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Like, you can't play it if
there's
you're
only
on the internet. And it's purely multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like a massive multiplayer online game where there's hundreds of people playing at once, but in Friday the 13th,
I keep forgetting
there's 10
about
people.
Splatoon.
Hey, Fish, like Friday the 13th is what, 8-10 people playing at once, but the experience is entirely nothing but multiplayer online.
Other than maybe buying upgrades for yourself, does Splatoon have any?
I don't know about Splatoon since I've never played it, obviously. Okay, where am I at in this game?
Does Splatoon do anything single player, or is it purely online? Besides, like buying an upgrade for yourself or something.
I would love to. It's been too long since we played Friday the 13th. I'm really hoping we play it tonight.
So it does have a single player. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Fish.
I do have a story to tell about the barbecue last night. Hey, Fish. How's it going? Since I don't have my own good stories, we'll just steal barbecue stories.
Fantastic. Minus discussions about the Switch. And why it's doing well. And Rockman's confusion on why it's doing well.
Well, I guess it's doing well because of, like we said, it has way better games than the Wii U ever did.
Mm-hmm. And early on.
Mm-hmm. But part of it is I don't understand the insane hype and love. Just in general. Fish, I wish Fish Mode was on SNES Classic. Well, it's not that I see no difference, but I see so much similarities that pretty much the only difference is the portability and the fact that it's smaller and more advanced. Oh, that's true, I guess. If you know, I'm not going to hack my system. I'm not a hacker. I mean, I just don't want to do that. But yeah, that's true. When you, what did you play on it? And was it in like a store or at somebody's house? Or just curious.
I'm guessing maybe over the thing with the stuff and the doodads.
Oh yeah, that.
The thing this summer. With the Zeldas. The Zeldas summer.
Oh,
Zeldas.
That Zelda thing that I totally blocked out of my mind and don't want to talk about anymore?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. See, Blake's house and the American. I was just like, I can words, right?
No, you
No,
can't
Sonic
words.
cannot words. I've been reading several funnies about, like, people, like, one, it's like people finding out that their significant other is an idiot and how they do these things. It's like, how did you not notice these things? But anyway, like, some of them are obviously, like, grammar-based and blah, blah, blah. And I'm busy kind of like, I could forgive someone for using, like, the wrong there as the classic example. I could not forgive someone who didn't actually know the difference between there, and there. Like, actually writing out the wrong one, like, accidentally, fine. But if they didn't know what the differences were, that's the line. Not that they actually, like, made the mistake at all.
Word crimes.
And one of the examples was someone who didn't know what a noun was, and I'm like, all right, that's like crossing the line, not knowing what a noun is, not knowing necessarily a good, like, quick example of a preposition. Maybe I could forgive that one. But yeah, noun is no. Wait, do you not know Fish? Because this just proves that Fish is innocent and clean-minded, and we're just dirty, gutter-crawling turd.
I think Fish just doesn't want to look at lewd things like that.
Hand job.
There should be a hyphen.
Hand job.
Well, I mean, it would be better to just reword the entire thing, but the way to fix that would be to have a hyphen. Song's already picturing it, I'm sure.
No, I'm just saying hand job so she knows what actually was there. That was so funny. What was it? At my college book, like, the person who put up the sign knew how bad it sounded and knew what way it could be interpreted, but she was also at a loss of, like, well, that's what they call it here. And I really don't know how to phrase it any other way. Because we were going to be doing, like, hot dogs outside. And in the area I went to college, they call that a weenie roast. And it was a student weenie roast. And she's like, I have no idea how to make this sound better. But that's what this event is. It's a student hot dog outsideness.
Okay, well, now's the perfect time to tell the story from the barbecue last night. For those of you who did not see it, Steffi and DK were carving and painting pumpkins last night on their stream, and they started talking about old TV shows, like specifically from the 50s, 60s, and 70s that, like, their parents used to watch, so they were familiar with them from back in the day. And Steffi was talking about this show called Petticoat Junction, which I've never seen, but I've heard the name. It's like, I don't know when exactly it was on, early 60s or something. But DK and Steffi were talking about it, and they said that the theme song was, like, horrible because it gets stuck in your head and it was really stupid, and they kept saying Petticoat Junction. And so finally I just broke down and looked it up on YouTube and listened to it, and I was like, yeah, I can see that song being annoying. But then Steffi kept trying to remember.
I'm always annoying.
Steffi was like, what was the name of the town where this show took place? She was like, it's somethingville, somethingville. And then she was like, I think it's Wienerville. And then she didn't know what it was. She kept saying Wienerville or somethingville. And then finally I just broke down and looked up on Wikipedia. And it turns out it was actually Hooterville. So she was confusing wieners with Hooters, first of all. And then when I told her it was Hooterville, DK was like, I only go to Hooterville for the wings. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. But yeah, Fishy asked how I'm doing. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to physically and mentally prepare myself for going on a plane to visit Song next Friday. But, whoa, I didn't know you could land up there. Because besides packing, most of my stuff is still upstairs after our basement flooded, and it all has to be brought downstairs, at least temporarily, because our house has to be cleaned before I leave. There's a lot of stuff to be brought down, and then I just have other things that need to be done before I can pack. And this will be my last regular stream. I'll be doing a movie night on Wednesday and a Rockman and Ratma stream on Thursday. And then Song and I will be streaming sometime while we're there. Don't have a schedule or anything. Shoot. But I know you guys totally love seeing Rock Song stream in person. Right?
They love seeing me stream in your hand.
They love seeing / hearing, seeing Song in the game, seeing Rockman's hand mysteriously creeping in.
Yeah, I see exactly, Buck. Mm-hmm. The papas are sleeping, and they got tortured earlier with their Halloween costumes that they have to wear to daycare for a free day of daycare.
And what are these costumes?
One of them has a bandana and a hat to wear, and the other one has this, like, a collar, fancy collar, and a mohawk thing on his head.
So they're going as annoyed dogs.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, Scooter.
That would be adorable.
Buck, how dare you? You can totally compare the hand that you see on Song's stream to the hand in this picture. Shit, I was reading chat and I almost got hit by a freaking blarg. thought you were a scroll's hand. Hashtag mash jokes. Mm-hmm. See, song, that's how you're supposed to do that.
I did it my way just fine.
We all wondered how you lived through it.
I did it twice. I think I did it like 3 times.
Fish, the same thing happened to me. I don't know if you've seen that highlight. I have a highlight where I just walk in there and I get 50 for the first time. And I was like, I've never just walked in here and gotten a 50 ever. And it was like, didn't get both prizes. And then I do it the second time and I still got 50, despite the fact that I hit an innocent octo, which is crazy. It's a great highlight. What the fuck, Ratmus? Oh, no, you don't. And this is how you get the important midway gate. Damn, yeah, wow, that's crazy. Awesome. You and I should totally race Majora's Mask. Except not, because I don't think I would want to race that game. But clearly, we both have the skills. You're doing all upgrades and field heart pieces. Not masks, though. I've streamed Majora's Mask so many times, and I do want to play it again, but next time, at some point, Ratmus is going to stream Majora's Mask, because it's his turn. He needs to do it. What the
Does
hell?
he get to not look at the checklist at all? Or maybe you should look at the checklist and try to backseat him.
No.
I think that's a great idea. I bet Ratmus won't forget about the crazy dog lady.
You're looking at checklists. You can't stop me. Fuck. Motherfucker.
Pichu. What if Pichu or the, what's that yellow mask called? The fox one?
The Keaton mask.
Yeah, what if Pichu was wearing the Keaton mask?
No one would know. Michael Keaton is... Fish, I've only ever beat Majora once without using the Fierce Deity's mask. All the other times. He didn't ask you how many cows are in Clock Town?
Moo.
Yeah. Which it's like no wonder Doom hates the game. He apparently when Doom first played Majora's Mask, he just played it. I think he just played it and beat it and got whatever. I don't think he 100%ed it, or I can't remember. But then for some reason, the next time he played it, he did a 3-heart run, and then he never played. Then he never played the game ever again. It's like you'd have to pay me a lot of fucking money to do a 3-heart run of Majora's Mask. Why would anyone subject themselves to that?
Are there any heart pieces you get during side quests to get masks? Not as like you get the mask and a byproduct of that you can get a heart piece, but like you're forced into a heart piece while getting a mask.
I don't think there's an instance of you being forced to get anything, if that's what you mean. Or you're talking about like in order to get a mask? I don't think so, but I'd have to think about that. Okay, well, see, that's why I have a checklist. Oops. Maybe Fish can tell us. You'll tell me something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, of course. You know, why couldn't I think of that? Well, it's because I have a shitty memory. And that's why I couldn't remember the doggy races. Wow.
Doggy race. Well, see, part of the doggy races actually wasn't necessarily your memory so much as so you did stuff and then you ended your stream and you got the Goron mask, and you got the ability to use the powder keg, and you did a whole bunch of like Epona stuff, but you just didn't do the doggy races. And then the next stream you started off getting the Zora mask. And so like you were missing one heart piece and you were busy like, all right, it has to be a heart piece that I needed the Zora mask for. And at that point, that's when I interjected saying no. And you just went, wait, what do you mean no? So then you had to think of stuff that you could get between Goron mask. Like, what did you need the Goron mask for? Or things after the other dungeon, but before the Zora mask. And then you went, son of a bitch. Hey, 10-4.
Where did you find it? Under a mattress?
In a shoebox. And so your actual problem was that when you were trying to think of ones, you were thinking of an incorrect timeline. Or like an incorrect, like, need this for this. Which, by the way, people guessing like which heart piece that you didn't have because they were Skyping me. It also took them a while to get the doggy races. $2.
That sucks that your game key won't work. But Fish, what's an example, because I still can't think of one, especially while I'm playing Super Mario World, of where you have to get a heart piece in order to get a mask?
She said she didn't think there no forced heart pieces. She said that earlier.
I thought she said there was.
No.
Oh, I misread that. I thought Fish said that you are forced into heart pieces. Okay, never mind. I misread it. A lot of people don't seem to get this game, but I'm pretty sure that whenever you hit a block, it's random whether it's a circle or an X. But for some reason, hitting it from the left side with the cape makes it like 99% possible that you'll get a circle.
Good boy, Zeus. Good boy. Yeah, good boy.
But not 100%.
Sorry, my dog was having jumped down, like, he needed encouragement.
Let's see.
Of course, he had a freaking fart as he went down.
Twin Molds Trial. Right, okay, gotcha.
That is my dog drinking water, for those that don't know.
That's bullshit is what that was.
They love those toys, right? Miss? Actually, my mom wants to ask where you got those, because it's just a giant squeaker, and they really like it. Well, I know that, so I'll probably find it at some point for her. Jesus. Hi, baby. Are you forgiving me for putting you in that nasty Halloween costume earlier? More words. Ah, thank you. There's a cute pumpkin with that's adorable. Is that a cat toy? I don't know. Something else. Interesting.
Yeah. I'll be ready for Halloween to be over with.
I'm gonna have to get my dog some more water. You just say that because the next holidays want all about food.
Well, partly that, and partly I just don't care for Halloween and want it to be over.
Barbecue or crying inside.
Don't tell them. That is fucking nonsensical bullshit game.
I'm specifically going to highlight this so that they can hear it. Alright, be right back.
Candy is not my favorite type of food. Like, I try to eat candy very, very rarely, and not necessarily because, like, oh, I don't want all that sugar and fat and it's not good for you, whatever. It's just that 90% of the time that's not the food that I prefer to eat. I prefer to eat food, like, even when I'm snacking, I want more, what do you call it, savory foods. Like, I don't know if it's the right word, but like meats, cheeses, just main course food. Even as snacks, I prefer to not have candy. Like, Song really likes ice cream, and it's like very, very rare that I'm ever like in the mood for ice cream. I mean, usually it's when I'm on vacation or it's like a special dessert or something like that, but just like normal everyday. See, that's the time it failed right there. I said it was 99% effective. That time it failed. Or songs like, oh, I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's my favorite food. I'll eat it anytime. And like, I would much rather eat something else, like Chinese food or sliders, burgers, or cheese and crackers, or chips. Just not ice cream, not candy bars. Soup, another food I like. Here's a weird thing about soup. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'm using the term savory correctly, because I didn't know if maybe I was using that term wrong or something, but I do love chicken and pasta, yes. But the thing I was going to say about soup is I like Campbell's soup, and I like clam chowder is probably my favorite type of soup, even though I don't like seafood in general, but the few exceptions are shrimp and clam chowder. Those are like the only seafoods that I like, and I really like clam chowder soup. Campbell's has a nice clam chowder soup, but they also have this type of soup where it's in like a microwavable can. And for some reason, every grocery store that I've been to does not have the microwavable cans of Campbell's clam chowder, except for Target. Like, Ratmus usually shops for his groceries at Target, and Target is the only place that seems to have these clam chowder in the little microwavable thingamajig. Well, I'm really screwing this up. Because, like, I'll go to my grocery store and they'll have chicken noodle, they'll have extravagant flavors like bison burger soup, but they won't have clam chowder. It's only at Target. I just don't get that. So anyway, Ratmus got me 4 things of the clam chowder in the little microwave bowls. Hey Dark Hero, how's it going? Always a 96 exit run. I don't do any other type of run of this game.
I'm now the hero of my household.
Not the hero of time?
No. I killed the waspy. I took a shoe and I went whap, whap, whap.
I thought you were going to let it live.
No, see, now it was inside the house.
It crossed
I was going to let it live when it was outside the house.
It crossed the line. It shouldn't have crossed.
Yeah, it crossed the line. It was inside the house. Now it gets fully easily killed.
Shit, I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, the one I killed this weekend fish was it was raining yesterday, and so it was actually like clinging to the storm door to stay out of the rain. And I was like, all right, I can forgive almost anything just trying to like stay out of the rain. But letting the dogs out just now, I noticed he was on the inside of the storm door. So that crossed the line.
Yeah, there better not be any wasps there when I get there. Yeah, wasps, bees,
How
hornets.
do y'all feel about hornets?
I don't even know what the difference is between a wasp, a bee, and a hornet, and frankly, I don't want to know because they can all go frickin' burn in hell for all I care. Wait a second, did I? Shit, I think I went the complete wrong direction. I need this. Okay, I need to go to the secret exit, and I passed it for some reason. Thought I needed the other exit, but no, I need this exit. Whoa, I almost died. Bees get a pass, but hornets and wasps can go fuck off. Because we need the honey, apparently. I don't like honey, like, just by itself. I mean, just recently I had honey barbecue from Buffalo Wild Wings, but I'm not a big fan of honey. Can I please get up here? You know what, Red Shell? Go fuck yourself.
Alright, so hornets nest underground. Wasps nest above ground. Wasps and hornets are, I think both of them are carnivorous, versus bees are not. Bees want the pollen to make the honey.
Okay, well, what
Are some of the bigger differences.
What Buck is saying about them being necessary for flowers and all that shit, do wasps and hornets have any necessary part of the ecosystem?
They probably eat other bugs, which is useful.
Yeah. That's the thing people say about spiders. Oh, well, at least they eat other bugs, but spiders are still creepy.
It's kind of like sometimes people wonder like the role of the carnivore in the ecosystem is just as important as the lower people on the totem pole of the ecosystem to keep everything in balance.
Yeah. What about mosquitoes? Do they serve a vital purpose in the ecosystem? I mean, probably everything serves a vital purpose in the ecosystem, but you know, we can still freaking hate them for how horrible and disgusting and pissy they are to humans, right?
Okay, well, all animals, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like get rid of them, and you're
Wow,
going to see negative impacts elsewhere. Is the thing. It's kind of like things having the purpose of being eaten is okay because everything needs to eat, and the stuff eating the whatevers may be providing other services in other ways. Aww.
Yeah, but
I was just like thinking, like
it would be
recently
nice
I
if we could get
think
rid of
about
them,
like
even if we
hunting,
can't.
and it's like, what if all of humanity stopped eating meat and went to like vegetarianism and stuff? And I was like, we are an alpha predator. That would ruin the ecosystem so much if we stopped eating meat. I mean, there's plenty of animals and stuff that then all of a sudden we'd be like overridden population-wise with pests because we refuse to eat them.
Yeah.
Like deer.
Yeah, we should all go to Arby's and eat some venison. Except that was
Yep.
all imported from New Zealand, free range. Shit.
Oh yeah, rabbits. Definitely rabbits. Rabbits need to be eaten. Those things like... And that's the thing. It's
Do
like
people eat rabbits?
things that are lower on the food chain reproduce more quickly than us and other top predators.
Who eats rabbits?
Oh, rabbit's tasty.
Roadkill rabbit?
No, I mean, people raise rabbits and stuff, but yes, you hunt rabbits.
I thought it was rabbit season.
Duck season.
I've never had rabbit, but
It's,
at one time
when I had rabbit, like, I didn't know I was eating rabbit when I ate it. I thought it was just really, really good tasting chicken, and I was told afterwards, and I was like, well, it was really, really tasty.
But one time I was at a wedding, and there was this, I don't even know what it was. It was this weird food just sitting there, and someone had put a sign next to it that said roadkill rabbit. I don't think it was roadkill rabbit. I think whoever was putting it there was just making fun of it. But I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Shit.
I mean, in certain instances, roadkill is perfectly fine, but it has to be freshly killed and then properly taken care of afterwards. It can't be like sitting there for a while or something. I had cousins who raised rabbits to kill and cook. Dark Hero. That's actually what rabbit I had. Was my cousins who raised them. And they did not raise them as pets.
They were like, "Oh, remember Fluffy that you met earlier?"
No, they specifically like their kids and stuff. They were just kind of like, these are not pets. Do not get attached to these.
Well, I've had veal. I've had duck.
I think veal is too soft. I don't like veal. Like the texture is just so mushy.
I don't know, because the veal that I used to eat was in these frozen veal parmesan dinners, so I don't know how good that was.
Well, then it's already kind of mushy.
Yeah, but I used to like eating it. But I have duck at my favorite restaurant a lot. That's the only place I have it, actually, except for special occasions like when we had duck strips at Ishnawa. But yeah, I don't. Normally, if I'm going to like an Italian restaurant, I don't get veal parmesan. I just get chicken parmesan because I really love chicken.
I have good friends again who their parents had a chicken farm, and like they raise chickens to a certain age, and then they get shipped off somewhere else. And even then, they were kind of like, yeah, they're cute when they come over, and they're all like yellow and little. But when they leave, they're like in their juvenile ugly stage. So who cares?
I'm trying to see. And my grandmother used to make lamb for Easter, so I've had lamb. I used to eat just a little bit of it because I didn't really like it that much.
I don't. There's something about lamb. Like I actually did not like the taste.
I was like, this is unusual, not bad, but I don't really want it. So
I like actively didn't like lamb.
I don't think I've had it since my grandmother died, so. I don't eat.
I've had Wait, no. Yes?
Because my mom likes, lamb chops and pork chops, but I don't like food with bone like that, so I wouldn't eat that.
But yeah, I was just thinking of like if we all really did turn vegetarian. I was like, that would just ruin. So like people don't necessarily think of the consequences that would have.
Yes, somebody tell the vegans that would ruin the world.
Well, I have a problem with people who do vegans and they're like, hunters kill their meat. Why can't they buy them from the grocery store where they don't have to kill them? And it's like, something's wrong there.
Have you seen that thing?
I have had alligator.
I've definitely not had alligator or snake or anything. I think Ratmus tried some elk jerky. I don't think I did.
Yeah, agreed, Buck. I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. But Song, do you remember seeing this probably on Cheeseburger, where it was like a screenshot of a phone conversation where it was like,
well, they're essentially killing their pets. Yes.
Yeah, it was like a phone conversation where somebody was like, there was a group. And they were like, we're having this big barbecue. Are there any vegans? And somebody was like, yes, thanks for asking. And then the person was immediately like removed, uninvited from group chat.
Now I'll tell you, my brother does not eat a lot of meat. However, it is not he will happily have barbecue at the family reunion. He will have whatever toppings are on pizza. He just he prefers not to eat meat. It's really like the greasiness of meat. But he orders veggie burgers with bacon on it. He's like, I really love bacon. Mm-hmm. I still love bacon.
I want to see him eat a veggie burger with bacon while I meet him. That'd be awesome.
Because he's like, I prefer veggie burger. He prefers the non-grease. Or the less grease of a veggie burger. He prefers it. But he's like, I like bacon. So he's really easy to accommodate still, so fine with me.
Bacon is so awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one thing he's like, bacon.
It's the one thing we can all agree on is that bacon is awesome.
Exactly.
They'll bring the world together.
For a while there, I didn't eat bacon at all. And then I got back into it. It was one of those, childhood phases.
It's a phase you were going through.
I'm allowed to go through phases. And again, Buck, actually I have two of my cousins are vegetarians. And even then, they don't impose their views on me when they're coming over for Christmas dinner. But I am also very good, and I make sure that, other than the pure meat dishes, which are the ham and the turkey, I only have one other dish that involves meat. and I just make 2 versions of it, and that's the green beans. So I just make 2
Green beans without the bacon, though? What good is
and
that?
that's everything. I'm not the one who eats it.
I don't have to eat that crap.
And it's super easy. And they love it because, like, I provide a ton of food.
Hey, Cobra.
And they're just kind of, like, sitting there like, this is a feast. And, like, hardly anyone ever has, like, this much food for us. Just, like, well, I mean...
I think I went the complete wrong direction.
Hey, Cobra.
I can't. Between sausage and bacon, I can't really say that I prefer one or the other. I mean, I guess probably sausage because more often sausage is like the main part of the dish, whereas bacon is just something you put on top, unless you're eating like eggs and bacon, something like that.
But yeah, it's kind of like we're vegetarian to come over. And you're making several types of food. I mean, just making a lot of side dishes isn't a hard thing to do.
Shit biscuits. And I'm dead. But yeah, for those of you who watched Doom's drunk stream of Mario 64, notice...
And if you weren't there, why weren't you there? Because it was awesome.
Yeah, why weren't you there? And you should watch it on YouTube. But Doom, you know, drinking and eventually getting drunk, got all 120 stars in about 5.5 hours. And I went back and looked at like the last time I streamed.
Which is more stars than I can get in a 5.5 hours.
Yeah, it's more than Song can get. And the last time, well, when I did a stream of Mario 64 100% for my birthday a couple years ago, and I got all 120 stars, it took me 7 hours and 15 minutes about. Now, granted, I was not...
in a serious mode.
Yeah, Doom wasn't really speedrunning it, but he was trying to get it done before he, like, passed out, or before everyone went to sleep, so he was kind of going as fast as he could, and I wasn't really going as fast as I could because, number one, I was having OBS problems that night, so I had to, like, stop the stream a few times, but the other thing was, how I am, I pause the game and I talk to chat a lot. But still, it's 7 hours and 15 minutes sober versus Doom's 5.5 hours drunk. It just goes to show you how much better at the game Doom is.
And still it's on N64, not like not a virtual console, which isn't virtual console faster?
Supposedly. Well, I fucked that up, but whatever.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, the other thing is right now I'm trying to beat this game as fast as I can. You know, sometimes I've paused and looked at chat, but I'm really trying to beat this game as fast as I can. And I'm not going to be anywhere near, like, Cobra's time. And that's why I don't want to re-race Doom in this, because I will lose. He will learn from his mistakes. I won't. He will have a better luck. I won't.
I know it was like one critical thing was missed or like happened, right, for that race? Or was it several critical things?
Basically what it came down to was one of the last worlds of the special world. He tried to go through normally, and
and you just went
I just cape flew over the whole thing, and when he tried to go normally, he died, and then rather than waste time going back for the power-ups, he just kept going through it normally rather than going back for a cape. And then I managed to like cape fly over not just that, but like the last 3 special worlds. And that was, because we were really neck and neck. In fact, like about 2 hours into it, we both paused the game and took a break, and we were like on the same level at that point. So it really came down to those last few worlds of Special World. Wait, I just did this exit. You know what might be fun is if Cobra and Doom raced Super Mario World, but with drinking involved.
Well, that's only 96 drinks as opposed to 120.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anyone.
And again, I would do something like wine or beer, not hard. Bye, Ratmus.
I mean, or you guys could just race it normally. Damn it.
I seriously think I had between 3 and 4 shots of rum in my Cokes. Because I did not measure. I just kind of poured. And I poured way too much the second time. And I was like, oh, I can taste the alcohol. But I'm still drinking it, which means I'm already tipsy. But I will note that I never lost the ability to know what was appropriate and inappropriate for Doom's chat.
Well, I think that night, because of the drinking, a lot of stuff was said. We're like, Doom's drunk, I don't care about, rules about being lewd or whatever, we'll just go all out.
I was not going all out. I could have been far worse.
Well, that's you. You can always be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Cobra and Doom race. Yeah, that might be interesting, Dark Hero. I bet they'd still beat me, but yeah.
Well, there's also Cobra. It's like the fact that you haven't had anything to drink in a couple months. Well,
neither did Doom.
I was like about to say, neither did Doom.
What?
I think about it.
Was Cobra not allowed to drink during his recovery?
He was on blood thinners.
Oh, okay. So that's why.
And so, a little bit of alcohol would have gotten him really, really drunk.
Oh, you got that? I had that last Thursday. I think this Thursday, if we go back to noodles, I might get a truffle mac with shrimp. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try that.
Hey, Lizard.
Hey, Lizard, how's it going?
I was really enjoying it last night, Cobra, when you were in that, like, secrety far-off place in the forest level, and then all of a sudden you turn around and T-Rex. And you're just like, oh god! I really like that T-Rex.
Yeah, actually, T-Rex. When a week or two ago, when I got the barbecued mac and cheese, probably for the first or second time, and my mom was like, "I want to try that," and so I let her have a bite of it, and I was like, "Be careful, don't eat that. Like you probably don't want that. That's jalapeno chips." But like they were just like so, you could hardly, like, it was so full of them. I couldn't really tell what was what and how to get it all out of there. And I think she probably had a jalapeno chip in her and didn't even notice.
I would notice.
I don't, because it's not actual jalapenos, it's jalapeno chips or something. So it's probably much more like, I'm sure, yeah, Son probably wouldn't not like it at all. But even if you don't like jalapenos just in general, you probably can't even taste it.
Now, I will admit, like, as much as I don't like red and green peppers and actually being, like, near them or having accidentally eating them, I'd, like, feel sick to my stomach afterwards. I don't necessarily feel that way with salsas, but then again, I don't eat much salsa if I have any. I just kind of usually just dip the chip in some of the juices. But I think a lot of salsas have, like, jalapenos over peppers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, and
I'm probably not as, like, sick to my stomach for jalapenos as I would be peppers.
And salsa pretty much has onions in it, and I kind of get by eating salsa even though there's onions in it.
See, I'm fine with onions.
Nice, I like jalapeno poppers, although sometimes you get good ones and sometimes you get bad ones. Good jalapeno poppers are really good.
Lizard just skipped over his entire lizard story.
Lizard, don't skip over lizard stories. That's what we all live for. I gotta pay attention here. This is where Steffi started to lose her mind when she streamed it, I think.
Does Steffi have any of the switches activated?
Nope. Because she doesn't need extra help. That was dangerous.
How the hell did you not lose your cape to that?
Because I was flying at the time, so it just hooped it.
Is me dying at a Switch Palace still amazing to you?
Yes. Switches are bitches. Any level that can be flown over with a cape should be. Of course, Cobra. Who would do anything less? Oh, I guess you are starting to feel all those jalapenos? Is that what's going on? I'll eat it if you don't want it. Next time, remember to have them take it off and give you extra barbecue sauce. Song knows this, but I don't know if anyone else knows this. Within the last year, the county that Chicago is in, Cook County, passed this stupid soda tax law where sugary sodas have an extra tax on them. And it was finally repealed, but the repeal has not gone into effect. So, like, if you want to buy a 12-pack of soda in the store, it's like $1.40 extra, which is ridiculous. But even stupider than that is I don't live in that county necessarily, but my town is very close to that border. And one time I was going to Noodles, when I was going to Noodles and Company and getting all the wonderful barbecued pulled pork and stuff, I noticed that they had one of those nice soda machines with, like, where you can get the 200 different flavors or whatever you want. You press the touch screen and you can get peach, Sprite, or whatever. And I was saying to Ratmus, like, hey, maybe we should, when we order our food, maybe we should get fountain drinks so we can get peach Sprite or whatever. But then I noticed the sign at the register that said, if you are going to get sugary drinks from that machine, you have to tell us before you order so that we can put the tax onto your drink that you're getting. And I was like, oh, fuck that. I love hot food. So I went to this party. It might have been... okay. A friend of mine... Oh, damn, lizard. Damn. Yeah, when I tried the mango habanero that almost killed Doom...
No, did you get, like, sick from the 70...
Probably not.
Is your stomach made of iron?
The mango habanero that almost killed Doom, I tried it, and I was like, yeah, this is too hot. Like, I had one, and then I had to drink, like, a bottle of water pretty much before I could have another. But then recently I tried the hot, and I was like, this is really hot, but it's not too hot. Like, I didn't really need that much water to be able to stand it.
A friend asked me to take a bite of their Thai food, and I spent the rest of the night drinking milk and shoveling pure sugar onto my tongue.
Shoot, that was stupid.
Should have given them the finger, too.
Yeah, I'm... Shit. 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 Well, I hope it... Shit. I hope there's not, like, a situation where I get some food and then you have it not knowing that it's spicy and then it kills you. Try not to do that.
You can usually smell spicy. Yeah, Blizzard, like, how much do you actually have to, like,
Bullshit.
consciously think about, like, I can't eat that because of mangoes? Like, when you're around, like, eating stuff.
This level is pissing me off. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah. After being okay with the hot and not liking the mango habanero, I am not going to try blazing. I mean, unless someone was like, "Rockman, try this, and I'll give you $100 or something." Maybe I do it then.
Don't tell me I can offer you $100 for you to blindly try something. Don't give me that power.
Well, not anything. Because I mean, even though I've never had blazing, I mean, I know that it's Buffalo Wild Wings chicken and it's really hot, and I know Luna can eat it, but I'd probably be able to eat it, but then I would like drink a lot of water and like be like for like an hour.
And then how long would you spend in the bathroom?
For eating one of them? I don't think it's a bathroom situation. Well, I would hope not. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this. Cobra. The thing
I think
for
talking about this is important in our relationship.
No, Cobra's the BRB anyways. No, let's not talk about... Let's not. Mango is usually not a threat to Lizard, except when Ratmus just keeps finding these things because he knows Lizard can't eat mangoes. So that Ratmus looks on the internet about weird things with mangoes and then posts them. Right, Lizard?
Does that mean Ratmus has a secret agenda to kill Lizard?
Sure. No water, eat 10 in less than 20 minutes. Fuck that. No. I would eat one and have water. I ain't doing any stupid challenges like that. Cobra, since you're back, the key to this level is, you remember it's above 250 or below 250, but it's this pipe here. This is the second area. While you were gone, I did 249 when I entered this pipe, so right now I'm going to enter it as fast as possible at 252. It's this area, not the beginning of the level. Let's see if I can get some capes. Lizard, you are important. I think I had some sort of strategy guide that there's also some way to... Supposedly, you can also do it by getting a certain number of dragon coins, but I've never done it that way. It's just much easier to do it with a timer.
Wait, am I reading this correct that Lizard feels important if he poos magma?
No, I think he meant he feels more important when Ratmus tries to kill him.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense than what I was thinking.
Yes, but not much. By the way, Cobra, if you're gonna stream Fortune Street, you don't have to wait for me. You go stream whenever you're ready, because Fortune Street, a game of that could take a long time. It could take 2 hours, and I'm still hoping there's gonna be a barbecue tonight. So finishing this game is gonna take me a while. So don't wait on my account. I'm sure I'll get to your stream eventually. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Ultimate Master. Hey, Doom, how's it going? Anyone know if Doom is streaming tonight? I think the only way Doom is streaming tonight if we knew for sure that there wasn't going to be a barbecue, I think. I don't know. Well, Doom can say if he's streaming or not. But I'm still holding out hope that there's going to be Friday the 13th. Yeah, Doom, guess what? Cobra got the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese from Noodles, but he forgot to say no jalapeno chips, which he does not like the spiciness, and now he's trying to eat that with the spiciness. And
also, speaking of streaming, if I do stream tomorrow, I will be starting really late at like 9 o'clock Eastern. If I do stream, I may not stream at all, depending on stuff.
I like him for sure, but apparently Cobra can't handle spiciness. Oh yeah, Doom, and speaking of races, during your drunk stream of Mario 64, it took you about 5.5 hours to beat the game. And I went back and looked at when I streamed Mario 64 for my birthday 100% in one night. It took me about 7 hours and 15 minutes. Now, obviously, granted, I did stop and pause the game a few times and mess with OBS and talk to chat, but still, that's a huge difference.
What we're trying to say is you're still too good, so you need to drink more.
Is that what we're saying? I don't know. I think what we're saying is, we talked about like, oh, well, maybe, Doom's so good at 70 star and I'm not. Maybe if it was 120, the story would be different. But I don't think the story would be different. I think you would kick my fucking ass at 120 stars by a huge, large margin.
Hi, Vince.
Damn it.
And by damn it, Rockman means hi, Vince.
No, I can't say hi to anyone until I beat this fucking thing. Okay. Hey Luna, how's it going? Let's just say this. Like, I haven't been stopping this and talking to chat very much, just a little bit. I'm still trying to go through this as fast as I can, and I'm an hour and 50 minutes into the stream. 20 more minutes and Cobra could beat the game. And I haven't even done Special World yet, or Star Road. Actually, that, well, it's too late now. One up once again because of the 000.
Ooh, aren't we special?
I am special. And yeah, obviously I think I like watching you guys race more than I would like participating. Like, I would love to see a Doom Cobra race or whatever. I would love to see Luna race Doom with Final Fantasy VI. That'd be great. I would like to do a run of Portal 2. Probably not a race, just a time run, but I need to have more time to learn some new tricks. Get a new PB.
Should do a drink race, not a drunk race.
Come on. That's not what I did. You set up the stream, then you get plastered, then you hit stream, and you play. GG. Right? many drinks was Super Mario 3? Alright, see you, Cobra. Obviously, I don't know anything about drinking, so I'm sure if you guys wanted to do it, you could figure it out. Like maybe every 2 exits you take a drink instead of every 1 exit, or like make the drinks a little bit, make less drinks but more larger drinks or stronger but less number. You know, I don't know.
Probably something like drinking a larger amount, say after every castle, and aren't there like 2 castles per level or something? Like even the halfway castles.
Like for every castle, fortress, or ghost house or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I'm a little more open to the idea because, like Doom said, the Super Mario Bros. 3 drinking was probably too much, and I didn't really enjoy watching that as much as a lot of other people did. But since the 64 one was more spread out and it didn't get too bad for Doom, I pretty much enjoyed it watching it, so... The other thing is, it's probably something that you don't want to do it again too quickly. Like, you guys should probably not, if you want to do something like that, don't do it within the next, like, few months. Like,
do it in, like, December or January.
Or even later.
December or January would be fine.
Do it for Doom's birthday.
December or January would be fine.
Oh God, I don't think Cobra would be like that. Shit.
Hard mode?
Yes, the hardest difficulty, whatever that's called. Well, that's impossible.
Yeah, not baby and cradle easy. AKA song level.
And I was playing Rocket Knight Adventures on the easiest difficulty, and that was one of my complaints, was that it was called Children when it really should have been called Normal. Like, it should have been normal, hard, extreme, insane hard or something. Like, not the way it is, because the way it is wrong.
How many more exits do you have? Because I'm hungry and I can't eat while I'm on stream with you.
I have a lot of exits left.
Ugh. Go faster.
I'm not Cobra.
Go faster. Blip, blip, blip. Psh, 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 psh.
New Year's drunk stream.
Ugh, but this is the really slow exit that takes 5 ever. You have to wait the whole damn time.
Yes, forget New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It's much more important to celebrate Linda's mom's birthday and Lizard's birthday. Right?
This is the long one.
Yes, it is. If you
It takes too damn long.
I'm not stopping you from getting off and getting food.
You just have to deal with me feeling huffy. Sonic, you're not yourself without eating. Here, have a Snickers. I already ate a Snickers today. I don't need another Snickers. Yeah, but I'm still not a Hufflepuff.
See, I just think of Huffy Bikes.
I just don't have the Hufflepuff personality. Not Almond Joys.
It's the second time you said that, Lizard.
I can drink scotch. I, however, was not going to drink scotch with Doom streaming. And the scotch that I have had to drink, I've had as shots. And I was not taking shots on Saturday. Oh, so apparently I didn't need new tires today, but I will be getting new tires in December. Merry Christmas to me. Have I told you about Virginia state inspections?
No.
I don't know what other states do this, but Virginia has, your car needs to have a yearly inspection, and the inspection looks at like certain things and you get checked off like yes, 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 fine, 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 and then if stuff doesn't pass, then you have to get it fixed because you'll get fined and stuff if you don't have a valid state inspection. Which I actually, going to other states, say Tennessee, and seeing like how many cars I see like on this broken down on the side of the road, I am fully in support of like the system like we have, like the Virginia state inspections, because I see less cars broken down on the side of the road. You completely messed that up.
Yes, I did.
For some reason, I switched that A to be before moving. So is your dad a moving chair? And I was like, what? And I was trying to figure that out. Yeah. Well, Virginia, it's every year, but it's like it's a $30 thing to get. And some dealerships actually have deals like buy a car from us and like Virginia state inspections for life kind of thing. So you can sometimes get really nice deals from dealerships if they're having like sales and stuff.
What? Were you talking like about emissions or?
No, it's more than emissions. Like the smog test might be mostly emissions. Like today, my Virginia state inspection wouldn't have passed because one of my lights was out. Like apparently one of my turn signal lights was out, and I had no idea.
Okay, well, I know we have emissions checks in Illinois. I have no idea how often they are, but I'm pretty sure it's just emissions.
Okay, so let's see. These are the things that I think are inspected. They inspect brakes, parking brake, headlights, other lights, signal device, steering and suspension, tires, wheels and rims, mirrors, horn, windshield, windshield wiper and defroster, exhaust system, rear license plate, for illumination of the rear license plate, hood and area under the hood for certain things, air pollution control system, driver's seat, seat belts, airbags, doors, fuel system, floor plan. So it's a full inspection.
And yet, even with all the mistakes Cobra made, he still does it faster somehow. I don't understand.
So Cobra is doing the baseball thing again.
And that's why you do the Yoshi one first. So he's doing the level with...
He's doing his rematch against Wario.
Right.
Unfortunately, Wario had a higher number in the spin, so Wario's first and Cobra's second. I hate when I go second. I hate, like... He still has the text on slow.
I think, hey Quack, thank you for the host. What the? Thank you for the resub.
I needed to give that its full attention. Hey, Quack. I know you were streaming, so I'm going to go ahead and do the grade command.
What were you streaming? By the way, Doom, if you hear my dad making noise now, I think he's trying to fix the downstairs toilet. It was making some sort of a noise, like it was using too much water or something, and the normal fixes for that weren't working. So it sounds like he was turning off the water or something.
By the way, Doom, did you see me use Cobra? I think you were gone, but I used Cobra's command dumb, but I forgot to put something on, like, afterwards, and so it said Song of Luxray as being a dumb. It was really funny.
I don't know what sleeping dogs is, but shouldn't you let them lie? It's like GTA, but better.
Does it have achievements?
What system is it for? Okay, that was ridiculous. Thank you. Is it also... Whoa. Let me guess. It's on PC/Steam and also Xbox One and PS4, but not Switch. Just a total guess here. Hey, Ramimi, how's it going?
Hi, Ramimi.
It's for your mama's system. Yo mama, Switch didn't exist at the time? Oh. Well, shit. I bet it's not on Wii U. And that's no surprise to anyone. Ramimi? But yeah, Cobra was asking about this, and this is what I do. I fly up here and I just wait for the damn thing. How's it going, Ramimi? Tell us everything that happened since we last saw you, which was like a month ago. Literally everything that's happened in your life, we have to know. Shit. That was dumb.
Cooper early game got 3 mushrooms on Round of the Block, so a nice 150 in his pocket.
Those California wildfires that caused smoke in Doom's area. Damn. It's around here. It started to get cold. That's bullshit.
Wow, hardly anyone is landing on shops. Everyone's landing on venture cards.
Wow, you fucking piece of shit, Magic Hoopa. It's gotten down to the 40s here. I don't know if you heard Ramimi, but a couple weeks ago my basement flooded and everything had to be taken upstairs, and the laminate wood floor was destroyed. And I have to get everything back down here temporarily before Thursday, and then on Friday I'm going to visit Song again in Virginia for a week. Oh yeah, I saw the tweets. So yeah, most of, pretty much all of my video games and DVDs are just sitting upstairs on tables, and I have to bring them all back downstairs. And the floor is basically a disgusting concrete floor that we think we're just going to buy rugs to put over. But yeah, not much time left before I have to pack and get ready to go on that death missile back to Virginia, which I'm looking forward to all the things Song and I are going to do. I'm going to be meeting her brother for the first time in person. Shit. Double shit. I'm doing horrible here. Son of a...
Bye, Doom.
I'm assuming I'll be in Cobras by then. Bye, Doom. I don't know what my problem is. I shouldn't even be waiting for these stupid magic Koopas when I just have a cape feather. Cape. That was my whole problem. game by now, or at least pretty close to it. And I still have all of Star Road and Special World to do. Do you have any suggestions for things I should do in Virginia with Song or Mimi? Do you have any suggestions of things that I should do in Virginia with Song? This isn't going to take me anywhere. See, I thought you were going to make some lewd jokes, but those are all good suggestions, and I was planning on doing all of them. Although, I don't know if we're... I'm not sure if we're going anywhere
I have not.
I'm not sure if we're going anywhere that has souvenirs, though. Mimi Prime? Is that like Amazon Prime?
Cobra's getting good properties.
That's good.
Now, Wario's ahead because early on he landed in the he landed on that thing to buy stocks. So he bought like 99 stocks somewhere early. And then he also got a venture card to expand one of his shops, but where he had the stocks.
So, just to say this again for anyone who's here now, I won't be streaming tomorrow or Wednesday, but Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central, I'll be doing a movie night on my Rabbit channel, which will be Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And then Thursday afternoon, Rockman and Ratmus. Ratmus will be starting Resident Evil 0. And then, as I said, Friday I'll be going to Virginia, so from then on the streams will be at Song's house on her channel for a little while. And I will tweet again tomorrow about the movie night.
I assume you know from especially like the typing sounds that I'm backseating Cobra a bit.
Yeah.
Well, right now he landed on a property like he could technically afford, but then he would have like only like a tad amount of ready cash on him, and he has no stocks. So it's kind of like you need to get that. He needs to get his promotion before, because like if he landed somewhere else, he might have had to sell a shop, which would have been bad.
Wow, I didn't think that invincibility streak would continue because I thought it ran out, but maybe I had just enough. I'm gonna ditch this Yoshi for a blue one though. Hashtag Yoshi racism. Are you near the coast? She's near Richmond.
Oh, yeah, Richmond, which is in like central Virginia. Blizzard, you should come up and play Fortune Street with us, totally. What am I doing? Freaking Wacky 2 just died. Apparently not Virginia.
The first time I came and visited Song, I took a train to Washington, D.C., and then the train back. So me and Song walked around Washington, D.C. for a little while. Southwest Missouri, huh?
We got a letter from Arkansas today, and we're just like, who do we know in Arkansas? We figured out it's the daughter of a cousin getting married, and we're just in this like, is she old enough to get married? Because we were having to go through like all the names.
Well, we're going to, what is it, Nebraska for Amanda's wedding. Is that the state motto? In Arkansas, anything is possible.
Well, I believe it's the one that I know is college age. And it's kind of like, well, the last time I saw her, I think she was either entering college or like in college. And so by now, like, she may be graduated. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen her.
Well, what the hell was her? Oh. Damn it. Rip no bonus stars run. Well, shit. Done fucked that up. Gag. then Lizard, not only do you kill your friend Steve and steal his wife, but then you eat him. Hashtag Donner Party. And then you get dysentery and die. That's how it goes, right?
That's nice you have that option.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite level, Tubular. And by that I mean the hardest level in the game. Blue Yoshi strats for the win. I'm starting to get excited by thumb over here. That's because I basically cheesed it. Oh, now I don't know how to do this level. I don't know how to cheese this level, sadly. This is the one level where it's like I really should figure out how to do it properly. I always fuck this up. Screwed myself there after getting past the hard part. GG.
See, I just read about vanilla from Quack, and then Blizzard started talking about cheese, and I'm like, cheese and vanilla don't go together.
I see what you're saying, but I still could have screwed up. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. There goes that Yoshi. There goes that power up. Please, oh, phew. Like, even with the blue Yoshi method, I've still fucked it up a lot and then had to go back and get a blue Yoshi or just try to beat the level normally, which is hard. But whatever, I'm gonna go get power-ups. I've never had vanilla cheese. I don't think I would like that. I don't like vanilla flavored things. I don't like vanilla Coke, for example.
I do like vanilla Coke.
I'm okay with vanilla ice cream, but not vanilla Coke.
Wait, vanilla cheese is your favorite flavor, or something else is your?
Maybe he means it's his favorite flavor of Coke. A teaspoon of Pillsbury Doughboy's asshole. Freaking Yoshi really screwed me up there.
Oh yeah, I like vanilla.
There's
I love vanilla. I will have vanilla ice cream over chocolate ice cream.
no. I pretty much like vanilla ice cream only if it's like super super fancy or it has chocolate sauce. Whoa, that was close. I really should have Yoshi this level, but whatever. Again, fuck. Again, I'm going to go back for the cape because it would be stupid not to. I have just a few levels left, and I'm almost at 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is significantly slower than when I raced Doom. I think it started here, or maybe in the next level, but I'm pretty sure that Doom did not wait here for this water to go down like I'm going to. And so that's how I got ahead initially. And then this level, Doom went through normally, and he died several times. And this is when he was like, "Oh no, everything's going to hell," and I just ran over it. You don't think you've ever gone through that on the ground? I used to always do it on the ground until I learned that you could do that. This level is a little bit harder to do that because there's blocks and stuff that prevent you from doing that, but you can partially do it. But I think I'm just gonna get this Yoshi shit fuck piss. I call being a super player.
Sorry, I'm now back. Wario was trying to do a weird exchange, and so which would have been decent for Cobra to exchange, but it was like trying to tell him like how to correctly negotiate it was getting to be hard. Because you know how you had the negotiation screen and you're like trying to math it out correctly to balance stuff is not all that easy.
Okay, and I'm going to reset here to make sure I have 96 exits. What?
You clicked buttons. At least it's saved.
I'm missing an exit, and I don't know where. This is where we say, uh-oh. This is like missing a heart piece, and everything's checked off. Wait a second, did I... No, I beat Soda Lake. Okay, for a second I thought I didn't beat Soda Lake. I did. I know I got both exits in this ghost house. What the fuck?
Did you figure out what one you were missing?
Yeah.
Which one?
The worthless loop exit in this level. I certainly would have killed a speedrun.
Ah, shit.
Can't wait to tell Doom that I missed that.
By the way, Cobra did laugh when I told him which exit.
Thanks, Cobra. Man did it dumb. Now, there's 96 exits confirmed. That's what should have happened. Yay. Okay, now we beat Bowser. Do indeed.
What are you doing?
Getting more lives.
Why?
Because I want to. Nobody would ever go through the front door. We always go through the back door. Here we go. terrible, terrible speed run. I'd get like a time of 3 hours. That is GG.
Yay! You beat the Evil King! You beat Gay Bowser.
Yes. So yeah, after the credits, we're gonna raid Cobra. So while the credits are rolling, I'm gonna BRB. So enjoy the credits, people, and stick around for the raid.
Your brother is BRB Ratness while these credits are going. You timed that too damn perfectly.
That's not quite over.
Why isn't it over yet?
Hey, Ratmus. So yeah, Wednesday night, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom movie night on Rabbit. I've already posted about it on the Lighthouse. I'll send out a tweet reminder tomorrow night. And my next stream will be Rockman and Ratmus. Thursday afternoon, Ratmus is going to be starting Resident Evil 0. And then, as I said, it's off to Virginia to visit Song for a week. So stay tuned to Twitter and all that stuff. Obviously, when I get back from Virginia, there's still plenty more SNES Classic games to play, but I also want to do Jackbox and other things like that, and hopefully Sonic Mania at some point. There's going to be special Thanksgiving streams, so yeah, that's for later. So, and yes, we are going to raid Cobra. It was already posted, but please don't post the raid call until I do, because the stream has not ended yet. I have to reset this. The other thing that's weird or interesting about the SNES Classic is when you turn it off, press the power button, turn it off, it says shutting down. It doesn't immediately shut off because it has to load all of its crap into memory or something. I don't know. Anyways, that is the end of the stream. So thanks everyone for watching, and once again, thanks Quack for re-subbing, and thanks anyone for hosting and stuff. So I'll see you in Cobras. Bye everyone.
Bye everybody.